Hello, I'm Kirsten Kaae. This video series is about living a better life by conserving and prioritizing your energy. Depression and stress are huge energy drains and they are closely linked to each other. This video segment will help you get a better understanding of how that happens in your life and what you can do to minimize the effects of those in your life.
One of the things that can be very treacherous as you are older that can steal a tremendous amount of your energy is depression. Older adults are depressed at a rate of 37%, which is pretty high. The figure for caregivers is all the way up to 70%. So if you're a caregiver, but it's important to recognize that any kind of long-term stress you have in the dealing with, and getting older is stressful enough, right? So that alone can help do that. But depression is really to be taken seriously, and all the different stresses I have talked about, being a caregiver, having the grief, having uncertainties in your life about your health, not having made some of those decisions that you tend to put off thinking about and talking about and discussing because, well, my kids know what I want. Well, they may not. You may think that, and they may not be in agreement. Stress occurs in your body as a response to a perceived threat of some kind. Anything that worries you. It can be startling. As I mentioned, it also goes into stress response if you don't feed it. But a triggering event sets off a chain reaction called the flight or fight syndrome. And basically it's a whole series of physical reactions where your body gets ready to run away from that saber-toothed tiger or go fight it. So, and we don't always use all that stuff up. What happens is the blood supply is immediately increased to your brain, your heart, and your lung. It's also increased to your muscles. The blood supply to your digestive tract and your skin is decreased because you really don't need that to run. So what happens when you're sending all that energy is that your body reacts to that. You get all that blood supply stored up in your muscles, and what happens? Your muscles get tense. Where does your tension sit when you're stressed out? For most people it's in the shoulders and the arms, not as often in the legs, but that tension stays there. So it's hard on your body. People that are stressed out because of all that extra stress on your heart is going to have to pump a lot faster to get all that blood around, are heart attacks. Because the blood supply to your stomach is decreased, some people get nauseated, some people get stomach ulcers from stress. So it will damage you physically, and ultimately it will tear down your immune system, and you will be more susceptible to infections, which will further drain your energies. And ultimately, if you keep depleting your brain of the chemicals used in this process, you will deplete your serotonin, and that will create depression. And that was the point I was trying to make. You have long-term illness, which in and of itself creates depression, just because it is long-term stress. So any long-term stress you're dealing with in your life can create depression. And that has a huge energy drain, and it will steal the joy you have, it will steal the quality of your life. So this chemical change is something that you might be able to do something about, but you can only do so much about what's happening in your life. I'm reading a book right now on stress, and it talks about the attitude that you have towards the things that stress you have as much effect as the event itself. So that was very interesting, not taking it seriously. Like, I refuse to get stressed out in traffic. Other people may get really irritated if somebody cuts them off, and I just think, well, they must be in more of a hurry than I am. But there are other things that upset me that might not upset you. So we all have our little favorite stressors, but learning not to do that is helpful. But stress and depression that's caused by stress is not a mind-over matter. Especially as older adults, we tend to think that depression is a sign of weakness somehow. Well, it's not. It is simply a chemical imbalance. If your doctor told you that your thyroid was low, you wouldn't say, well, this is a mind over matter thing. I just won't take the thyroid medication. I'll just pull myself up by my bootstrap and elevate that myself. Well, depression is low serotonin levels in your brain. And it's not something you can just pull yourself up with your bootstraps. It will take a long time to work back from that. So if you are seriously depressed, it is important to look at how you can get out of that. I'll give you some tricks that are kind of fun. But there's some things that can cause depression in addition to the stress. The hormonal changes that occur as we age can cause stress. Some of the medications you may be on can cause depression. Alcohol and substance use can cause depression. And the prior history or family history of depression can also contribute. So there's a number of contributing factors. It's not just something that you can decide yourself, well, I'm just not going to do that. You don't have quite that much control. Control is a wonderful illusion, isn't it? That's one of my favorites. I really like that illusion that I have control over things.
Thank you for taking time to watch the videos. If you have watched all of them, your head is full of ideas, and hopefully you will find some things that are useful that you can implement so that you can spend your energy in ways that give you back more than wasting it on things that are non-productive for you. My website is itisaboutlife.com. You can find more information there, and if you'd like, you could also sign up for my newsletter. I write articles once a month on a variety of topics related to aging, end-of-life issues, and managing your life. I also have a book available, which is a collection of newsletters that I have previously published with a wide variety of topics. So please go to my website and see what other things can be useful to you. It is all about conserving energy, finding joy, and having the best life you possibly can for as long as you're here. Thank you.